Hello and welcome. Welcome to my Laku of Intuitive Wellness, my Zen wellness space, my intuitive wellness experiment podcast. Whether you're joining me on YouTube or the podcast, welcome. It's so good to have you here. It's so good to be here. In this particular episode, I'm going to be doing a quick just check in. It's a quick bonus check in episode where I will talk about how I've been experimenting with moving slowly, and all that I've navigated since we've last talked, since my last wellness check episode. So this episode will be just a slow kind of like welcoming back episode to my intuitive wellness experiment space. So if you're new, welcome. If you're joining for this, if you're returning, welcome back. It's so good to have you. And if you have been following me as the cosmic doula, I've been spending a lot of my time on Substack. Substack is where my energy feels satisfied and where I feel most aligned versus some of the other digital spaces. And in a recent Substack post, um, I wrote about healing and transformation happening all around me. We are in a year 9, tons of shedding, tons of transformation, tons of leaving behind and heading towards, energy. And so, as all of this shedding is happening around me, I am, as the cosmic doula, I'm rooting myself in love. I've made a commitment and double down deep into the earth and rooting myself in love, choosing to be a beacon of light, to hold sacred space for growth. And that's a lot of what this podcast is about through nurturing myself and experimenting with all these different modalities and sharing my experiences after coming out of the hermit cave, I can create space for others and hold space for others as a doula does through these tender cycles. So I'm showing up today to be that cosmic doula, to say I'm here. And the podcast is here as an experiment, and as you experiment, and as we work together, to birth a new you into this world. This 9-year cycle is asking us to release, asking us to end things as we reemerge and step into the newness of as we are. And as the cosmic doula, it is my hope, it is my prayer, it is my wish to be a beacon of light, to hold sacred space for this healing and transformation. So this is just a bonus episode to just pop in and say, I'm here, I'm back. Yeah, it's it's time. It's time to be back. So now that I've come out of my hermit cave with the lamp, the fire in my lamp is burning bright, is burning bright. And I am choosing to be a beacon of light, and to share all that I've learned since in my hermit cave. And a lot of that has dealt with being silent. In the last podcast episode, I talked about being versus becoming, allowing myself to just be outside of the labels, outside of all of the modalities. Like I'm a Gemini, I'm a Virgo moon and rising, I'm on a life path 9. All of that is beautiful, is sacred, is so valuable. But what does it mean to just show up and be? And that's what I've experimented since the last full moon in Cancer. And now I'm showing up post new moon in Cancer, revealing some of the things that have happened during that time. So during that integration time of just being, of silencing all of the outside noise, silencing all of the things, and just being in my own energy, standing in authenticity, and really figuring out what that means for myself. That was the invitation to be versus becoming, not talking, and distracting myself out of being, but actually, yeah, talking myself out of being and working to becoming all of these things and this presence in this digital age and this digital space. Okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. But no, this is not what I need to do. I just recently had a reading by my astrologer, Pam, and she, revealed to me and reminded me that I am here. Like my value really truly lies in doing things differently. As much as my Virgo stellium, my Virgo placements want me to do things perfectly, show up in a very womanly manner, proper, and, fuck all that. My Lilith is also in Virgo. So she's saying, fuck all that. We are in the South Node is in Virgo right now. So we're purging all of those perfectionist ways of showing up, and we're leaning into what? Being, which is what Pisces is all about, recognizing the oneness that is all around us and just sitting in what spirit is really tuning in and trying to tell us at this time. In this particular time, the time of me filming this is July 1st, 2025. We are entering a new paradigm. We are entering a new space. Different cosmic galactic codes are being revealed and unboxed for us to tap in. So you can't tap into these things without being rooted in yourself and your own authenticity. Uranus is about to transit into Gemini, which is all about communication. So I see this as the cosmos, as galactic spaces, as all of these different ways to communicate and to tune in. So how do you do this? How do you do this? I know for me, in order for me to connect and sharing a little bit about what I've experimented with is really connecting to nature, allowing myself during my microdose journey, doing my microdose journey and allowing myself to just bathe in the forest, to bathe in that ancient wisdom, to bathe in the greenery all around me, to root myself into what exactly is the earth asking of me. Not even what the earth is asking of me, but what is the earth saying? You know, it's actually saying, girl, you don't need to do nothing. Just be here with us. Just tune in with us. And then just by being and tuning in, you're just encoded with so much wisdom already. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been experimenting a lot with my own philosophy and what that means, as a voodoo or a voodooisant, I sauve le roi, I serve the roi, I serve myself, I serve Bonjay, I serve, but I also, Jesus is my homie, right? JC, oh, that, Jesus is my best friend. My name literally means follower of Christ, the tapping into the angelic realms, the saints, the angels, the Orisha, so many things. I'm all of these things in one, and allowing myself to just be in my own energy, in my own spirit, to really figure out where my philosophy is guiding me, where I'm tuning in and my spiritual modalities are guiding me. That's another thing that I've experimented with during this time of respite, during this time of being, during this time of pause and reflection. I've invested in myself, in my own beauty, and my inner child. I've been playing with my inner child, and I do that by the sewing machine. I've been experimenting with and tapping into my ancestral practices of sewing, of creating and making my own clothes, to adorning myself with things that I've made. I've had fun playing with my own style. I've renovated my core style and my aesthetic. If you want to see a visualization of all that I've done, you feel free to check out a Substack post where I give a digital guide to my 37th year being a pivotal year. 3 plus 7 is 10, right? Starting a new pinnacle journey. I'm entering the new third pinnacle. What that means, you could just tap in and read all about that in my Substack. I'll make sure that I link it below or link it in the show notes. But it's been such a beautiful journey to recreate my style, my bold, authentic, style. I have been really investing in my beauty and myself. You could see some of the adornments here, a beautiful antique Trifari necklace from Middleton Cook Farms. Excuse me, Mrs. Cook's Vintage Vices is a beautiful shop that has beautiful vintage pieces. Most of these things that I've gotten from Mrs. Cook's Vintage Vices, and even just that story is so ancestral and connected. And I've invested in myself, in my adornments, in myself, and what that means to continue to shine my light, to continue to be bold and authentic. It's aided in my own confidence. So I thank, yes, the farm. I thank myself and my inner child to play dress up, to play with clothes and to sew clothes and do all of these things. That's been part of the experiment these last days in hermit mode. I've also continued my collaboration. Alyssa and I have been doing these cosmic creative camps, one during the retrograde season, during when Venus and Mars was retrograde, we've done some beautiful free workshops. So if you're interested in revisiting some of those, because yeah, we're post retrograde, but some of those are still being integrated and working and flowing through us. So it is a great time to just revisit some of the things that might have been bubbling up, to do those creative practices, to do those fun cosmic camp-like practices that we did in the Cosmic Creative Camp. If you want to do those are all free to the public, our Cosmic Creative offering to the public. So I'll make sure that I link those down below so that you can catch the replay. I've actually birthed a couple of things into this world. First being my Cosmic Ritual Guide with my dear friend, Carolyn Egan with Acknowledge Wellness. We've created beautiful Cosmic Ritual Guides for each zodiac sign. So Aries to Gemini to Cancer to Pisces. We're slowly rolling those out, but I believe right now we have Aries and Taurus and Gemini, and I'll make sure that I link those below and just stay tuned to as we go throughout the season as we share those, but those are great grounding practices to connect to the herbs. I pull an herbology card, and there's tons of rituals, journal prompts as we're right now in the Virgo moon. So you could tap in whether it's a Virgo moon, Virgo full moon, transiting Virgo. If you're a Virgo moon and you want to just deepen your practice with some journal prompts, some herbs, some essences, some rituals, great space to do that. I've also um, birthed in collaboration with Sia, and you all know Shashetta with Shashetta Weaves. We've created this beautiful, beautiful cosmic lunar guide for the children. And so I'll make sure that I birth that before. It's a digital ebook that goes through all the lunations and how we can support our children and also our inner child through each of the zodiac signs. So that's a great supportive tools, especially for my mothers and fathers as well. Fathers have special moon guides. In there and rituals in there. But if you're just working on, if you don't have any children and maybe you have some plant babies or something else that you're nurturing, or even if you're just caring for your inner child, great, great resource. And I highly recommend that you invest in those. And once you invest in that workbook, you get a beautiful Notion portal that has tons of resources in there as well. And speaking of the cosmic portal, I am working on releasing something very special. So stay tuned where I can open up the doors to the cosmic portal. I'll make sure that I will share that with you all in the very near future. But I'm 37 now, and in my 37th year, this is a new chapter, a new phase, a new pinnacle in my life. This is a season of me showing up bold, authentic, and exploring of me and who I am, Christine, at this moment and in at this phase. I'm letting myself receive my heart's desire and using my voice to call all that I desire in. As the cosmic doula for this collective, for this intuitive wellness space, for this intuitive wellness laku, for this podcast, for this YouTube space. It's my goal and it's my mission to illuminate a path of self-discovery for you all, illuminate a path of healing, liberation, sovereignty, all rooted in your own intuition, all rooted into your own intuition. So thank you for joining me and this reflective, intuitive journey as I share tools and resources and insights that I've experimented with. And it's really my prayer that you find what you need that inspires you to embark on your own unique path of self-discovery, living a life that honors truth, freedom from the weight of projections and conditioning so that you can just be. So, lots more coming up in the new season of the Intuitive Wellness Experiment podcast. I invite you to subscribe, to give me a like, a comment, rate, review, all of the things that help spread the word and get this Intuitive Wellness Experiment podcast out into the collective because we are all in this together. You know, we're in Cancer season right now. Cancer rules my 11th house. 11th house roots community, friendship, networks, and it's time to show up. And we're spreading the good love, the light, the abundance, the sovereignty, the freedom, the liberation with all those. So, invitation to share. And come back and join me because I have a lot more coming in the near future. So until next time, I'll catch you later. And I'm sending so much love, so much peace, so much abundance your way. And catch y'all in the next episode. Bye.